Yo, match fixing. Today we'll be discussing about match fixing and everything about match fixing. Match fixing, how it's been carried out, who owns it, and everything about match fixing. So let's dive into the discussion today. This is the Kizo Show, we discuss about sports, football, entertainment, and more. With over $1.5 trillion annually being generated in football sport only, it is enough, and it is well to say that yes, there is match fixing. So how it works, who owns it? Being a player involving in a match fixing, it ruins your career, but honestly saying, you'll be able to earn even much more than you can earn in your whole career as a footballer if you've been involved in a match fixing and you got it successfully just in a year. So let's dive into who owns it and how it works. Who owns match fixing? The Chinese. The Chinese mafia has own match fixing. They come into your club, they offer you a bid. It's what they do. That's how they make the millions of dollars involving in match fixing. And match fixing happens everywhere. It happens in the lower league, it happens in the top league. It could happen to your club. It is happening in your club. You wouldn't know because you watch for the passion and the joy, but this is match fixing. The Chinese mafias are the ones that owns the match fixing. How do they do the match fixing? How does it works? Let's break into how does it works. Let's go, guys. So guys, match fixing, how does it works? How does it work? The Chinese mafias only need a player in the team, and once they come into the team and they get the player, it could be your defender, it could be an attacker, and it could be the coach. So depending, once they got the player, they need just one player in your team. Once they got the player, they take the player into a closed door meeting, and the player is being offered $60,000 to $70,000 if the plan is successful, if he can be able to help them accomplish their goals. And it's a big business in which the Chinese mafia has been making millions and millions of dollars. So how does it work? They only look for a player that is inside the team. After they got the player inside the team, they will pay the player a huge sum amount of money. And what will the player do? Maybe they want goals. Maybe they like, okay, in this match we want 3 goals and above. They go to the attacker of a team. They go there and they were like, okay, this is the deal. We are giving you $80,000. We need you to score only 2 goals. We need you to score only 2 goals. You to score only 2 goals. And what will the attacker do? The attacker will like, wow, $80,000 in 90 minutes. That is huge amount of money. And he's going to love it. And you take the money and you agree to the deal. You get half of the deal. Then you get half of the money, which is 40 out of 80. Then you meet the defenders, maybe the opponent defenders. Like, hey, what's up, buddy? Let's have some time together. Like, I'll be offered $80,000 and I've already given me 40 grand. So if you guys can let me score 2 goals, I will give you guys 10 grand each. Wow, 90 minutes, 10,000. In 90 minutes alone, $10,000. That is huge. That is huge for the club. I mean, that is huge for the players. And they were like, yeah, we'll take it. Come score 2 goals. We'll give you. Sometimes you just watch your player perform. Sometimes you watch them play out of position. Sometimes you watch them just do things that is abnormal. Sometimes that can be the involvement of match fixing. But you can never know, you can never tell, because you will never and ever tell, because it has been done by the experts. The expert does it. So that is how it works. And in the match, and you see like all of a sudden your team that don't used to consider started conceding 2 goals. Sometimes it could be match fixing, but we are not saying that it's match fixing though. But match fixing happen in all leagues: the Spanish league, the Premier League, the lower league, the Championship, the Spanish lower league, in every league, even in Africa, even in the Chinese league. It's happened most in the Chinese league, even the league that is not being watched. Most players that we talked about, or most players that we watch about on the weekends, don't make actually heavily money, except they are in the bigger league like the Premier League, the La Liga, and the Bundesliga with the Serie A. That is the players that earn much due to the expenses and taxation there. So those in the Championship, lower leagues, they tend to be much more involved in match fixing. So the dark truth about match fixing. So if the Chinese mafia come to you and offer you $80,000 so that you can be able to allow the striker to score, will you take the money or will you refuse the money? Stick with me the end of the video so that I will be able to tell you about the story and how it works and how it got the Bromley player into 15 years in jail. So whatever you are doing and you believe that it is right for you to do, remember there is a consequences for everything you do, whether good or bad. So the Bromley player was involved in match fixing. He was heavily involved in match fixing. He was already a millionaire. Even before his coach, you will even know that he's like, his family was, how will you make money playing on Bromley? Don't you want to go into a bigger club? But he was like, yeah, I'm good. He has made a lot of millions of dollars, not until 2013 to 2015, where the authorities started investigating him and find out that he has been involved severally into match fixing. So match fixing still happen up to today. The Chinese mafia still happens to bid plenty thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars into the match fixing. So match fixing will never stop. So how do you spot match fixing? I bet you will never spot it because you are not an expert and you will never know. Yes, you will never know because match fixing is being carried out by the experts. So this is a couple of photos I'm going to put on the screen for you to see and for you to detect if it is match fixing. Sometimes you see your player slipped off. Sometimes you see your two not playing the way he used to play. They'll beat him easily and fast. And you'll be wondering, could be match fixing. You never know. So this is the Kizo Show. We discuss about sports, football, entertainment, and more. So when you're about to watch a game, once you notice there's a way a team play. Some team play build up from the back. All of a sudden they are not playing build up from the back, or some the two holding defender used to stay, but all of a sudden the defender decided to go to the 3 and give space to the other opponent 9. That could be match fixing. It could be happening in your club, it could be happening in my club, but we'll never know because match fixing is going nowhere. So welcome to the Kizo Show. This is the place where we discuss about sports, football, entertainment, and more. If you are enlightened, or if you want to know more of match fixing, or if you want to know matches involving in match fixing, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to this channel so that I'll be able to bring you more details about footballing, sports, and more. This is the Kizo Show. You know the vibe.